basho. Hakioi! Sadly, there are no Makuuchi debuts for November. Hopefully in January that will change. So let's first talk about the returning Rikishi to Makuuchi. After a long punishment for breaking COVID restriction rules, Abi will be back after taking the Jiro Yusho. Abi will be returning to Makuuchi as Magashira 15 West, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be excited to see one of their favorite pusher thrusters back in Makuuchi. Next up is Shahozan, who after suffering demotion to Jiro back in November 2020, has also fought his way back to the top tier. His rank for November will be Magashira 17 West. As Sumo fans have seen, in the last 3 years, the M17 slot has been a rather lucky one, so perhaps we'll even see a Shahozan Yusho. Anything's possible, we'll just have to wait and see. And a man that we've seen have as much bad luck on the dojo as he has outside of it, with injuries to car and bike accidents, we see Aqua's return to Makuuchi at Magashira 16 East. And the final returning Rikishi is San Noumi, who has finally fought his way back up to Makuuchi and is at Magashira 16 West. The rest of the Magashira from 10 to 17 are Kaisei at Magashira 17 East, who has had a few lackluster performances lately, and we hope that he's able to dig deep for this one. Everyone's favorite class clown, Chiamaru, is M15 East. Sharing Magashira 14 is Kagayaki on the east side and Chionokuni on the west side, while Yu Takayama is at 13 East and Tochinushin is at 13 West. All 4 of these men have recently struggled with injuries and have been unable to quite hit the mark. We here at World of Sumo fear that the mighty Georgian might not be long for the dojo, but we hope that that's an incorrect prediction so that all you Tochinoshin fans can lay down your pitchforks. At Magashira 12 East, we see the returning of Ishira, who had to sit out the whole of September Basho due to COVID at his Heia. Thankfully, he had his rank preserved. Jumping the Banzuke a bit, but staying in the realm of Miyagi no Beya, I did want to point out that, in a surprising move, they did remove Hakuho's name from the top of the Banzuke, despite accepting Hakuho's resignation after they had already fixed the November Banzuke. Now back to the Magashiras. Also returning is Hokuto Fuji. His rank will be Magashira 12 West. If you remember, Hokuto Fuji had to pull out of Akibasho early due to injury, and we hope to see him back stronger than ever. In the Magashira 11 West slot is the big salt thrower Terutsuyoshi. And then, on the east side, is up-and-comer Kotonowaka. At Magashira 10 East is Chio Tairu, now sideburn-less and hoping to climb up the ranks. Magashira 10 West is held by Asanoyama, who has a lot further to fall before he'll have a chance to climb back up. Aoyama holds Magashira 9 East, while Hidenoumi holds Magashira 9 West, and no doubt they hope to fight hard with their brand of sumo. Magashira 8 has Tobizaru in the west slot, who's hoping to fight back from his ups and downs in the last couple of basho. Hopefully the Flying Monkey can bring his A game, along with Koto Eko, who is in the Magashira 8 East slot, who really displayed some strong sumo in his bouts last time. Magashira 7 East sees everyone's favorite Rikishi acrobat, Ura, who no doubt is hoping to score a few more wins than he did in the last basho. With him is the Mongolian Henka machine, Chiyoshoma, at Magashira 7 West. At Magashira 6 West, we have the ever-feisty Tamawashi sitting strong next to Shimano Umi at Magashira 6 East, who has really yo-yoed lately. Magashira 5 East is no doubt a tough pill to swallow for Exoseki Takayasu, who after injury in the last few months, as well as some lackluster outings, has fallen to a rank he hasn't seen in years. We really hope that Papayasu can find his inner bear and fight his way back up to Sanyaku. Hoshoryu, who got tonsillitis and had to sit out a few days during Akibasho, still pulled out some amazing wins and is sitting at Magashira 5 West. At Magashira 4 West, we have Endo, who has recently showed himself a real contender. Sharing Magashira 4 is Takara Fuji, who after having a rough start to 2020, he has fought hard for the rank, and we wish them both luck. Next up at Magashira 3, we have Okuno-umi in the east slot and Myogiru in the west slot. The last couple of basho, both of these men have put on great performances and we're really looking forward to see what they do this time. Magashira 2 West is Takanosho, who lost his Sanyaku rank earlier this year, and no doubt he wants it back ASAP. After a few lackluster bashos, Onosho's pushing game is back on top form and he's at Magashira 2 East. Daisho is Magashira 1 East, while Wakataka Kage is Magashira 1 West. Daisho and Wakataka Kage are 2 of my favorite Rikishi, and I'm absolutely ecstatic to see what they do this basho. Now onto the Sanyaku. Celebrations all around as we see the Sanyaku debut of the Shin Komusubi Kiribayama, who's been working really hard to get to this point, and we here at World of Sumo are so excited to see him as the Komusubi West slot. Big Ichinojo maintains his Komusubi East slot. On to Sekiwake, where Meisei and Mitakeumi maintain their same positions from Akibasho. Mitakeumi is on the east side, while Meisei is on the west. Shodai and Takakeisho continue to hold their same positions as Ozeki. Shodai is on the east side, while Takakeisho is on the west side. Hopefully this time, both of the Ozeki will be part of the Yusho race and show their Ozeki pride. Now on to the greatest but loneliest rank at the top of the mountain. Mongolian Yokozuna Teruno Fuji finds himself the sole Yokozuna on the Banzuke. As we've mentioned before, but it's worth saying again, with the retirement of Hakuho Sho, the sumo world will definitely need time to recover and get over it. What's good is that he's now Magaki Oyakata, and he will be there to shape the future generations of Rikishi for the sumo world. But now it is time for Yokozuna Teruno Fuji to show us once again why he has had one of the greatest comebacks and rises in all of not only sumo history, but sports history, and bring more glory to his amazing sumo career for what we hope is years to come. Do you think that Teruno Fuji has this Yusho in the bag, or have you noticed another up-and-comer? Please let us know in the comments what you think. That's it for this edition of World of Sumo News. Follow us on our social media platforms, which are all linked in the description box, to stay up to date with all of our latest sumo news. Thank you for joining me. I'm Mika Grimmer. See you in the next one.